What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off today with the, Sagita? 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 I don't know. That's my three guesses. I'm done. So it's a small ship, but a very, very cool one. It is a vanilla build. Actually, I think if all three that work out today that I'd picked out end up working properly, I think they're all vanilla builds. But I love all of the little details, as always. Details just make it work, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm interested. There's supposed to be some folding going on. I can see a couple of rotors already. There's supposed to be some different wing mechanics for extending and retracting certain things, so that's kind of cool. It has two ramps, one on each side, I believe, if I remember correctly, with a full interior. It is very small. Whoop! Mag boots. Okay, that is the ramp door. I was afraid that was going to be some alarm thing or something. So it is very small. It's more of like a, well, one-person ship, I'm guessing. I guess you could have up to two, maybe. But we got a little kitchen here with some oxygen for cooking, obviously. And a small toilet with... Okay, I like this. It's a picture of toilet paper. Okay, that's cool. I like that. It's like, we're not going to get fancy and try and build toilet paper. Here's a picture of it. I mean, yeah, that's all. I was going to say, do you need it in space? But that's a conversation for another time. Alright. So we got some panels here. These might actually... these are probably not for show. Programmable block. Run, floor plan. They may all do the same thing. I don't know. It's probably different parameters. Floor plan script, panel cosmetics, blah, blah, blah. So there's some different stuff you can do with that. Actually, no. This is probably up, down, back, and enter. Let's test the theory. Haha! I knew that was there for something. Up, down. Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty cool. There are a lot of new mechanics into the programming block, or programmable block, that I'd like to explore eventually. Landing gears. Where? It says landing gears. I don't see a button, though. Let's get in the... Ooh! Mag boots. Come on, now. Stop snapping to 45-degree angles. Alright. Let's get the seat. There we go. Alright. So, we have landing gears, rocket launchers, Gatling guns, Gatling turrets, boarding ramps. Boarding ramps? I wonder if that's different. I don't think it is. Aiming camera, antenna, beacon, and connectors. Okay. Cool. So let's turn on our turrets, because why not? They're not going to really do anything. Boarding ramps are probably the main... Yep. Okay. Now, landing gears. Yeah, so there's when the wings fold in, and then the landing gears come down. Now, this is pretty cool. How does this work? Oh, I see. So they're not actually in-game landing gears. They're more like, bumpers? Like to stop you when you land? Interesting. And then they retract back up and the wings go back down. I love that kind of stuff. That's stuff that it's a fine little detail, but I just think it makes ships really cool when they have like retractable and extendable thingamabobbers. The description read, if I remember correctly, that it uses ion and atmospheric thrusters. There's no hydrogen on it. It actually does move really good though. So it's primarily designed as a small ship, kind of a corvette-ish, like a small corvette even. Not really a fighter because it has like an interior and stuff, but so it's a bit bigger, but not really like a big cruiser or anything like that. So all in all, it's a nice little ship with a lot of detail and a cool aesthetic design with missiles. Because, you know, every good ship needs missiles. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this one. Let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, so next up we have the RimBlade Mark 1, if my memory serves. Now, I don't usually do a lot of fighters, particularly because there's not a whole lot for me to do with them in terms of like walking through an interior or anything, and so it makes the episodes extremely short to do like 3 fighters or something like that. But I couldn't help but pick this one just because it has such an original design. It just looks really different, really cool. So I just had to pick it. That's basically just all there was to it. I was like, do I normally do fighters? No, but I wanted to. So yeah, that's my explanation there. It does have a cool bomber system, which is if I... Wait, what are these? This is vanilla. This is a modless build. Oh, it's an oxygen generator. I'm not used to the small ship blocks sometimes. So if my guess is correct, there's a cargo container with a conveyor system. Ah, there's the cargo container. So there's probably a conveyor system in the middle here, and then there's 4 reloadable rocket launchers pointed downward. And so you can use that as a bombing run. It does use, by the looks of things, complete ion thrusters. I don't see any atmospheric or hydrogen. We've got what appears to be a gyroscope back here, though it looks a little different. Is that a gyroscope? Oh, a laser antenna. I thought that looked a little wrong. Okay, so that's a laser antenna. We've got a few turrets here. I don't actually see any kind of, like, reactor or anything, so I'm guessing it's inside some of this stuff. Oh, there's a battery here, but there's probably a reactor in the back here somewhere, I imagine, for emergencies, mayhaps. And then we have this cool little front barrel, or front nose, not really a barrel, with 4 Gatling guns with a camera so you can aim. And some thrusters on the side here, but it kind of looks like a pincer type, like, or a 2 saw blades or something. Like it's very bladed, hence I'm sure the name. Assuming I got the name right, which is anybody's guess. But it had a lot of sharp edges and a lot of jagged points, which I thought made it look kind of cool. So yeah, let's see how she flies. Okay. So in here we've got our reloadable rocket launchers that are going to act as your bomber section, the Gatling guns, we've got camera 2 view, connector for the bottom, and the gun turrets. Now, is there another panel? Because there was 2 cameras. What does this say, camera 2? So we're going to throw camera 1 down here and see how that works. So yeah, I'm thinking... Okay, so this is, camera 1 is your Gatling turret, or Gatling gun. Wow, it uses ammo so fast. And then camera 2, I mean, you don't really need the camera 1 view, but it's there, so. And then that would be your bombing camera. As you flew along, you could check what you're bombing, which is always a good idea. You always want to make sure you're hitting the right targets. RimBlade. I don't know what I said. I think I said razor blade or something. Anyways, that's what it is right there if you don't want to look in the description. Okay. So yeah. Being a small little nimble fighter too, it moves very well. It's very, very agile with the turning and stuff like that. And speed is pretty good. Actually, slowing down has been an issue for a lot of these builds since they did a different update, which I think nerfed the inertia dampeners. But this one actually seems to slow down really good on its own and speed up. I mean, it accelerates really quickly as well. So, yeah, between that and then you could activate the turrets for a little bit more precise, accurate aiming. But overall, really, really cool. I really like this one. So that's going to do it for this one. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, so last but not least, we have the King's Bounty. Now, this is an actual interesting ship to me in terms of the backstory behind it, because according to the description, this was actually built by a player on a multiplayer server, and they were using it in that world, and then when the world corrupted and stuff. I guess, I'm assuming they rebuilt the ship. But I don't know. They may have had a local version of it on a backup or something. Anyways, then released it on the workshop. So this one was interesting to me because it wasn't particularly designed in terms of, oh, this would be really cool, but it doesn't really work. I mean, it was designed on a survival world, so it's got all the functionality and stuff you would need. So I thought that was kind of interesting as opposed to someone who just built a ship but built it with survival in mind, that this was actually built and used. So I thought that was kind of an interesting little thing. But the other thing I thought was cool was this almost reminds me of an upgraded version of like the red ship that comes in the default worlds, because it still kind of has a similar design, the longer nose, the engine pod things off to the side, but then it has kind of a cargo freighter type bridge looking type thing, where you got the floodlights and a wider bridge view and stuff like that. So it had a few little interesting things that I thought were kind of cool, and it definitely works really well. The one thing I'm not really sure, there's a door right there, so there's one. I was going to say I'm not really sure how to get in here, and then I saw that other door. Looks like there's cargo containers and stuff like that. Again, because it was built in a multiplayer survival type situation, I don't know if there's any particular purpose, like, oh, this is a cargo freighter, or this was a combat ship, or if it was just an all-purpose general, this is my survival ship and this is what I use to fly around all the time. I'm guessing it's more the latter. The description didn't say anything about, like, it was designed to move stuff between bases or something. I think it was just kind of an all-purpose survival ship. Welcome aboard. Why, thank you. What does this do? Airlock vent. I'm not worried about pressure and all that crap. This is creative mode. Nobody dies here. Airlock main deck, lower deck. Alright, so let's poke around here a little bit and then we might go down? Not sure. Planetary locations. This is probably... I'm guessing this is either just static put in here or it's from where the ship was made, because I don't have anything in this world. Asteroid resources, player locations, blah, 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 blah. So that's one area you can go for information readout. Is it mirrored on both sides? No, it is not. Okay, booting up. Oh, that's actually cool. It's legitimately booting up. That's pretty sweet. I did not know it was actually doing anything. I thought it was joking. Actually, that's probably one of the M-Master LCD scripts, I'm guessing, because I think those go through a boot up cycle. Alright, before we go up, let's go down. Because, you know, it's one or the other normally. Okay. Where are we at here? This looks like the production type area, because I think these are the refineries and upgrade modules. I believe the description said it has 4 refineries on board. I think. There's some... Is that cargo containers? Aha! Cargo containers. My eye's getting better. And a view of the gyroscopes along with the jump drives and some more production stuff. Okay. Go ahead and close the door behind us. We weren't raised in a space barn. And although I'm just ignoring the pressure altogether, I am opening and closing things. So hopefully it doesn't freak out too much. This is clearly the reactor room with oxygen generators, batteries, and all that good stuff. Oxygen tank, so this is more of like your supply room, I'm guessing. Okay. Okay, so we went that way, we went that way. Now we can go up. Let's see what's going on up here. Yeah, okay. So it's done boot. That's cool. I didn't actually know they really booted up. I thought they kind of just... I thought that was kind of for show. This is going to go to the bridge. We're going to save that for last. got cryo chambers here with another view so that, you know, you're not just in cryo sleep looking at a wall. Where's the fun in that? Medical room. I guess gun turret in case anyone's trying to come after the cryo chambers, or if your people in the cryo chambers like wake up as zombies or something. I mean, you never know. It's space. It's not like anyone will hear you scream or anything if something happens. So yeah, we've got a view out here. Let's go check out this, which is the main event, the bridge. The cool observation terminal. I'm sure there's probably a actual point to having a seat here, but I think it's just got a good view. That's what I'm going with. Sometimes people will actually build them in with different things. That's why I usually turn the hotbar on to check if there's anything assigned to that seat, but it's oftentimes also left for just whatever you want to do. And we've got some panel readouts here for power and ship info, and then navigation and damage report on this side, and navigation. I didn't really notice what was over here. Inventory and resources, I guess. Alright, what do we got here? Doors. Okay. Spotlights. Defensive turrets and power saving mode. That's a new one. It's probably, like turning all the refineries and stuff off, I guess. Doors. What does that do? Does that open or close them all? Or just toggle? Close. Okay. Because if it was toggle, it would have opened them again. That's cool. That's a neat little feature that I'm actually surprised more ships don't do, now that I think about it. That is kind of a cool feature. Timer, front left trigger, rear left trigger, front right, rear right. What are we talking about? That was front right. Is it panels, maybe? It's for a timer block, but I don't really know what that's gonna do. Oh, is that the connectors over there? That would make sense. Just says timer, though. Yeah, okay, so that's some kind of docking procedure, because the connector over there in the upper right turned red. So that's, I'm not really sure why it's on a timer block, but there's probably some other stuff to it or something. Maybe the airlock controls or something, I don't know. Okay, so on the main toolbar, we've got jump drive controls, defensive turrets, missile turrets, camera for the bridge, hydrogen thrusters, ion thrusters, camera for the bridge, camera for the keel, exterior lights, spotlights, assemblers, refinery, front left, rear left, and that's your connector systems, jump drives for the various different bits and bobs, and that seems about it. So we'll turn on our turrets because, I mean, why not? And the hydrogen thrusters for more oomph. Now, let's actually try, we've got a little bit of time, so let's try it without them and see how it moves. So acceleration is a bit slow without them. That's, I mean that's to be expected. Turning and stuff for a ship this size is actually pretty good. It's pretty responsive. That doesn't actually take too long to make corrections. So now, with the hydrogen thrusters on, we'll definitely slow down a little bit faster. And then, oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so you can actually get up and go in this thing. Stopping, it's pretty good. Again, like I said, I don't really blame that on the builders, because there's been a lot of builds that slow down a lot faster now, because I had a comment on a video or two back that somebody told me in one of the patch notes that they had nerfed the inertia dampeners or something to where they don't slow you down as much as they used to. So that's less of a build thing and more of a patch thing, I think. But I really do like the bridge layout. It reminds me of like an actual cargo ship or a Navy type bridge where you got a wider, more windows and a wider, more narrow. Like it's more narrow this way, but it's wider along this side, rather than a more oval or circular or what you typically see in a lot of ships. So I definitely like the bridge design. I think it looks really cool. Alright, so on that note, I think we're going to wrap things up here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.